Welcome back to the reading vlog. It is Tuesday already. It is disgusting, the weather. We have 30 degrees. It is raining. It feels tropical. I'm not made for this weather. I wanted to film today my video for Thursday. I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow because I can't put my hair out of this ponytail. It looks horrible. And I just feel so sticky. I can't get comfortable. This is not my weather. I would take the heat without the high humidity any day, but it's such high humidity today. It is, ugh. I'm not made for that. Yeah, so also work has been a lot. So I didn't check in with you yesterday. I was just so tired yesterday after work. Then I got a headache, still have the headache, but I'm gonna do at least the work check-in. I read a romance yesterday, which is called Bull's Boy, which I already read once, and I reread it again, loved it more the second time around, which I think is interesting. It is about Bull and his boy Malcolm. Malcolm thinks he's straight, and he works in a bar where Bull is the son of the owners, but he's taking over from his mom's and is doing more and more, but he's also working at the bar, doing service, whatever, needs to get done in a bar/restaurant. And he has a crush on Malcolm, but he never told him, or he never said anything. He kind of kept to himself a little bit because he didn't want to make Malcolm uncomfortable, because he thought Malcolm was straight, which he himself thought as well. And Malcolm has a big struggle dating women because he's short. I don't know what 5'5" is. Let me look up what 5'5" is. I don't actually know. What that is. Oh, he's the same height as me. He's 165 centimeters. I'm 164 centimeters. So, okay, that is really short for a guy, technically, because I'm tiny. But yeah, so he's really short and he struggles a lot with dating because of that, and women don't really seem to want a short guy. And then, because he's got ghosted again, Bull invites him to a party at the motorcycle club where his brother belongs to. Bull doesn't want to join because he doesn't like riding motorcycles, which makes sense. Bull is like really big Barry type. And so they go to the party, and whilst at the party, Malcolm realizes that he's actually into guys, and that he actually has, like, yeah. And then things happen in Bull's truck. Because somebody at the party was like, yeah, do you know he's called Bull because what he has in his pants? So Malcolm drank a little too much. He's tipsy, like, he's not like drunk, but he's tipsy, and he just talks and is like, can I see? And so yeah, from then on they build like a relationship on top of that. Malcolm has a pretty shitty family. Bull's family is great. There's some homophobia in terms of Malcolm's brother. His parents just ignore him. It's I don't know. He has a shitty family. But yeah, I like that book. It's a 4-star. I really like that. It's cute. It has a little bit of drama, but it is like not bad drama connecting with like the two main characters. Like, for example, there's one scene where Malcolm, like, after they are in the truck and Malcolm realizes that he's actually into guys and that he's actually into Bull, he panics and runs away, and they handle that so maturely. Really like that in the book. So yeah, that is what I read, and that reminded me that there is a second series. Like, the Bull's Boy is like a standalone, but there is a series out there of all of the boys in the motorcycle club. So that is what I will be starting reading today. I think I read the first one already, but I'm doing a reread, and then I will try and read the rest of the series, because there is, I think, like 3, 4, something like that. So that is what I'm gonna be reading this week, romance-wise. And yeah, I haven't picked a physical read yet. I'm not gonna read anything today. I don't want to touch paper, to be honest, because I feel so sticky. I did a lot of knitting over the weekend, so I can give you an update for that. I have pretty much most of the body done. It's hard to show you because I'm wearing a black t-shirt, but yeah, it's pretty much the same shape as my t-shirt right now. And as you can see, it's like a really see-through meshy fabric, which is exactly what I wanted. So you can see my face still through it. I will now need to start the arms because I need to see how the underarm works out to know how long I need to make it in the end. So yeah, I did a lot of knitting today already, so I'm gonna continue with this tomorrow. Which, you know, it's really nice. It is turning out great. I really need to finish it this week. Let's talk about the goals for this week. I need to finish that because I still have my scarf that I'm knitting, the double knit one that has like a mythological pattern. And the pattern maker from that pattern released a horror themed scarf. So the same as the mythological one, just as a horror theme. And I really want to do that. Like, it's mythological horror creatures. I really want to do that scarf, but I promised myself I would finish other projects before that. So I need to finish the sweatshirt. Then I need to finish the scarf. Then I have the Bell Beast from Hollow Knight that I still need to finish. And after I finish all of those, I'm gonna allow myself to buy the yarn for the second scarf and do that. So the goal is finish the sweatshirt this week, so I can start with the scarf next week. That is what I want to accomplish. And then I need to do a lot of household things. I need to clean my couch and the carpets that we have. I bought like one of these like pressure washer things for your like carpet and couches and stuff. And it works on the carpet. I already tested it. And I need to do that. So I now need to hoover. And then I will probably do the first carpet, hopefully. That is the goal for today, which like, it's gonna take me a little while. And yeah, then I'm probably gonna do pretty little, mostly probably gaming, because if I move too much, I'm even more sticky. You know what? I really wanna shower again, but I can't like shower 5 times a day. It's not working like that. Even showering twice a day is hard on my body because of my eczema and stuff. Okay, I finished a romance yesterday, not the one that I planned on reading. I finished one that I had started a couple of days ago and I just forgot that I was reading it, which happens. It's called The Puck Daddy, which is a hockey romance between a previous NHL player who had to stop his career because he had a career-ending injury, and a college, like he's in the last year of college, and he has like interest from the NHL. And he's a hockey player, and they both live in the same town. And the younger one, who is still in college, they have like a 10-year age gap, something like that. Like the one is like at the end of college, so like 22, 23, somewhere around there, and the other guy is 32. So not too horrible. And both know of each other because they have watched the other's career at the point where the career was like, where like at the highest point for the career so far. And then they meet in real life and both realize they have feeling for each other, and they go from there. Like, it was a cute romance, 3 stars. It wasn't like super special, but it was fine. You know, I don't know. There wasn't really anything standing out, but there also wasn't really anything bad. Like, they were really sweet together. It was really insta-lovey. If you ignore that they have known it like from each other from afar for a couple of years. So yeah, and then today I finished a short story connected to that one that is about the brother of the younger hockey player, which is called Cotton Candy Kisses. They're both by Kota Quinn, which is about the younger brother who is 20, and he moves with his brother. Like the story plays out after his brother got drafted by the NHL, so directly after the first book, and he moves with his brother because he finished college at the same time. He's like kind of a little bit of like a genius, He skipped 2 years in high school, and so he's now in this city and it's exploring the city and the local kink club. And there he meets somebody from his high school who actually also moved there, who is 2 years older than him, so 22. And they already had feelings for each other back then, but because of some bullying and some stuff, they never really talk to each other about it. And yeah, then they go insta lobby from there. And that is a short story, so it was like 100 pages or something like that. So I finished that one today. I started it yesterday as well, but like I finished it today so far. So yeah, those are the romances that I read. And whilst I was logging my reading, it's kind of dumb. It's if I in my head it's dumb, but I watched like the Instagram shorts, and somebody was like talking about their journaling, and I really loved the way they were writing, and that reminded me of the fact that like I love people who don't have like the standard writing style you learn in school, like that you're forced to use in school. And obviously I had to stick to that in school, and I'm somebody who loves writing like with like pen and pencil on paper, and I always wished I had like a really pretty handwriting, because I have like a fine handwriting, but you know, it was never as pretty as some people had. And then I watched the short, and I was sitting there and was like, oh, they write so prettily. And then I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm not going to school anymore, nobody is judging my handwriting, I can write however I want to write. And so yeah, now my entrances look really pretty, well, at least pretty for me. But yeah, so those are my notes, what I read so far in August, because I'm really keeping track this time around, which is nice. Also, I already finished 4 books, which is super great. Like, I finished 1 romance each day, more or less, this month so far, which won't be what will be happening the rest of the month, because I'm away a lot. Like, I have my friend coming. There won't be a vlog next week because my friend is coming from Thursday to the next Monday, and normally I would edit the vlog on the weekend, and you know, it would go to Saturday, and when she's there, obviously I'm not vlogging, so there won't be a vlog next week. And then the last week of the month I'm spending at my mom's to visit her, so there also won't be a vlog for that week. So yeah, I'm also not gonna get as much reading done as I normally would, you know, because when I'm visiting somebody or somebody is visiting me, obviously I won't spend hours alone reading. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get the reading in at the beginning of the month, this month. So we'll see how it will continue. I did start a physical read as well. I started Simon Beckett, The Calling of the Grave, which is a crime novel. And so far it's about like a grave they found in the moor, and the main character is like a forensic anthropologist. It's pretty much like the male version of Temperance Brennan in Kathy Rice books, but like not as weird as a main character. And so he goes there, he gets summoned there to work the case, and the other like guy who's, I forgot what his title was. He has like the same but like slightly different job description, and he's like a really stuck up older guy, and they are already butting heads. And yeah, so the thought is that the body that they found on the moor is the body of the victim of a serial killer that the guy who is like the main guy of the investigation like found the year before, who never told them where he buried his victims, and he supposedly killed 4 young women. And so they are now excavating the body, and they're already like butting heads. It's I don't know, it's already slightly annoying. I know that I like the main character because I have read other books by him, but like the instant headbutting of 2 adult guys like feels already like kindergarten. So I don't know, we're gonna see how it continues. But yeah, at least I started a physical read, you know. It's super warm and humid today again. We had like a thunderstorm this morning, and now it's like the humidity has hiked up again. And yeah, I will put the fan on as soon as I put the camera off. But yeah, that was kind of the reading and the updates. I will probably do some gaming now and maybe some stitching, but like I have a little bit of pain in my arms, so I don't know really. We'll see. I did buy myself a new video game, which I promised myself I wouldn't, but I had that on the wish list. And so I bought Leafy Corner, which is like a shop management game where you have like a plant shop, and it's like a really, really, like it's super cute aesthetically. And you just have your shop and sell plants and grow them, and that's it. But it's like a really relaxing, like cozy game, which I do enjoy from time to time. And I know the next game I will buy is like an action pack game, because there is the second Control game will come out in September, and I will buy that as soon as it comes out because I love Control. If you play video games and you haven't played Control, do it. It's like an action shooter horror game with like supernatural elements and sci-fi elements. Super great game, and they are like doing a second part, which I think it might be like a companion piece and not like a continuation of the first. I don't really know, but it looks super exciting. So that is the next game I will be buying in September. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, I'm gonna have to say. But yeah, that is the update for today. I will see you tomorrow. We'll see if I will start another romance today. I might not. Depends. I have a Skype date with my friend, so we'll have to see if I can even have time for that, you know. But yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the reading, and I got a new book. I continued with Simon Beckett, The Calling of the Grave. I don't know what it is exactly, but I think I'm losing my interest in these like older classic like 2000s to 2010 thrillers. I don't know why, but they all feel so samey, and maybe I just need to find new thriller authors. That might just be the case. But these like Simon Beckett, Kathy Rice, and then what is Karen Flauder. I feel like they are all so similar, and it's not really what I want, because I mean, how many times can you read the like pretty similar book, you know? I don't really want to spoil much because it is still a thriller, and I go by the motto that you don't spoil a thriller. But you know, we have these like typical themes of like the murderer that is in prison that doesn't want to give away where he put his victims, and then the murderer escaping, and people holding back information, and you know, we have the rivalry between the main character and the other guy who is investigating the crime scene, and then we have the other detective with like ulterior motives, you know. It's just, I feel like you have like the same elements in the story time and time again, and even though the story isn't bad, it's just not exciting anymore. And I don't know, maybe I need to stop reading them. Maybe it's just not a genre I enjoy anymore. But I feel like there's, you know, maybe I need to do like a deep dive into thriller authors and try and find something more exciting than what I have so far. But yeah, I'm already halfway through because these are always a quick read. But I'm just not excited about it, to be honest. And yeah, I don't know. It is what it is, but yeah, I will finish it this week to have it done, but I don't think I will pick up a new one anytime soon. I don't have any unread of those type of thrillers anymore, so it is the last one, which is fine. I might just not pick up anymore, even though I used to absolutely love that genre. I don't know what happened. I also haven't finished another romance since I talked to Kiki yesterday, but I am, I think, like 80% through the motorcycle romance. That is the series where Bull's Boys is the standalone from, which is about a biker tank who is in prison for something he did for his old motorcycle club, or like he's technically still a member at that point, and they put him, like they kind of put him in prison. Like they didn't really want him have him in the club anymore because he's queer, he's gay, and he takes part in this pen pal program from the prison, and then our other main character, CJ, is also part of the pen pal program because he knows the woman who started the program and he wants to do her a favor, and they start exchanging letters, and then they start kind of a relationship in these letters. And when Tank gets released from prison, he goes and searches for CJ, and they start a relationship from there. It is cute. It has a lot with like submission, like, you know, it is like a dom submissive situation, and there is like exhibitionism. Is that how the word is pronounced? I'm gonna put it on screen if it's wrong. But that is part of the story with like other people in the new motorcycle club where they went, because the motorcycle club Tank belonged to originally split into 3 chapters, and the chapter where Tank belonged to is the only one that is really still like into illegal stuff. And so he transfers over to another chapter and then realizes that the chapter he transferred over to, which is also the chapter where we get all of our main characters from, is like really queer and open, and they do really good things like helping people in trouble with domestic violence and stuff. And so that is where the story goes. And it is a really cute story. It is quite smutty, I would say. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I like the characters. I think CJ and Tank are 2 really cute and interesting characters, which are really like, you know, you can really tell that they're coming from difficult backgrounds, even though the backgrounds are different. Like Tank comes from like a trailer park with like really little money and like drug addicted parents, and CJ comes from a religious family that just like put him on the street when they found out that he's gay, and he tried to put himself through college, but it didn't work. And you know, you have 2 kind of tragic backgrounds, but you have 2 sweet people that came out of those backgrounds. And yeah, so I will finish that tonight, I'm pretty sure, and then I might start the next one in the series directly, which I think is the one I actually haven't read yet, which is exciting. Then my Evernight box came, and there was a really interesting book in there which I'm super excited to read, and that is The Sea Hides Its Dead. I don't know if you can technically count this as like a dark academia horror book, but the blurb that I've read says it's about a grad student, Caro, who doesn't really want to know what she wants to do with her life, and then her professor, and who's also her lover, Edward, like puts on this expedition into the sea-based cult of Leviathan. So this has like Lovecraftian roots, the book. And so they go into these sea caves, and then the entrance to the sea caves in. Like they have other people with them, and they are trapped in the sea caves, and then they realize that they are not alone, which sounds super exciting. I really love the design of the book, especially if you take the dust jacket off. I really love books with these like, what is the name for this? A collage effect. So yeah, the book sounds super exciting. We have on the back, we have like, I feel like it's like slightly spoilery, but we obviously have some eyes up here, and then our main characters down here. But yeah, even though I hate like the professor PhD grad student relationship thing, hopefully it's not gonna be too big of an aspect. But the rest sounds super interesting, so I'm super excited to read this. This is by Megan Bontrager. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it. Who isn't British. And yeah, super happy about this one. So I'm excited to start that probably right after the shit show that is the thriller, which isn't a shit show, just boring. Other than that, the only update I have is that I got to the 30% point in my study value map, which looks like utter chaos, it's like a pretty good visualization how my head is working at the moment. But yeah, this is 30% of the project, which, you know, is only 30%. But I enjoy working on it, so that is what I will continue with. And then I will read my romance tonight, and yeah, I will check in with you tomorrow. We'll see how far I can come with the thriller. And yeah, hopefully at least the ending is somewhat surprising. I'm feeling it's not, but we can hope. Okay, so I finished the biker romance yesterday. which is called Reckless. Really liked it, 4 stars. Nice reread, I have to say. And I did download the next one, which we already know the character in the next one. He's called Six, and he's the enforcer of like the motorcycle club, and he's searching for a boy of his own, and he, like, we know him because he watches the couple in the first book. But he's their apartment neighbor, pretty much. Like, they all live in the big like clubhouse, and he has the room next to them, and they share a bathroom. And he gets called to like a domestic violence call, and there he meets Ollie, who isn't directly involved. He's just a friend of the woman they need to rescue, but he lives in the above the garage of the woman. And after the husband of the woman is like super duper problematic, he obviously needs to move out of the garage, and Six takes him in then. And that is the story of the second one, so I looked into that already. I will start that tonight. And then I did also finish this one, though I kind of feel bad even rating it, because I feel like it's just not something I'm enjoying anymore as much as I used to. It is a 2-star for me. I feel like these, like the plot twists, there are like 3 different plot twists for these thrillers, and like you can like randomly choose from one, and that is in the book, which is kind of annoying. I don't know, maybe it's just that there are too many out there and I've read too many. Like, that might totally be the case, but I just did not enjoy this one. I can't even really tell you what's so horrible about it, except for like the annoying characters at times. But it just didn't hold my attention. I didn't care for the book. I didn't really care all that much for the characters, even though I know that I like the main character in the other ones that I read. But it has been like maybe like 13 years that I read the other ones, and I read them in German, so maybe I liked the German translation actually better. That might be the case. We will get to that, because they are on my list of rereads from my German books, so maybe I just like the German translation, would be weird, but could be the case. But yeah, I actually cannot recommend this. I don't think it's worth picking up. You could pick up any other thriller that is like from this era, and you would probably get the same enjoyment out of it, maybe even more, because the main characters, or like the main character itself, he's fine, but like the supporting characters were like really annoying in the beginning, and I don't know. I'm not loving it, so we're gonna go with 2 stars, even though maybe it should be better, but it's just my, like, me not enjoying it. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. So yeah, that is the reading for today. I've decided I might just, because I don't have a full week of filming next week, I might just film next week and the week after and make one vlog out of them. So you wouldn't get a vlog next week, but you would get one the week after. I think if that fits like footage wise, I might just do that. So, you know, I can just like the couple of days that I do have filming, I can put them into one vlog then. I think that would work. And yeah. Oh, today I finally managed to get my first full chin up. I can only do one. After that I can't go fully down again and fully up again. I can like go halfway down and up, but I can at least do one full chin up, which is super exciting. I am realizing how much like the pull-up thing is helping with like getting stronger in my arms. It's like super interesting. It's a lot of fun, even though I can't, like, if I use the upper handles, I can't do a normal pull-up. A chin-up is definitely easier, but it is a lot of fun to realize that I'm getting stronger. So yeah, I will now do some gaming. I might do some more stitching. I am working again on this one. I am now at like 31% roughly. I'm currently working on these purple trees, but yeah, it is so much work, but it is super enjoyable. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow with an update on whatever I read romance-wise today. And then I don't know if I will start a physical read. I might not. It does depend. I still have to like clean our couch. Depends on how long that takes, maybe. Okay, so the week is coming to an end. I did no physical reading today. Gonna have to be honest, I had a little bit of like household to do. I washed my couch, which, let me tell you, that thing was dirtier than I thought, which is kind of silly because like the couch is 10 years old. The couch has never been washed. Like, obviously I hoover it and stuff, but like um, let's just say I'm glad that I bought myself a couch and carpet cleaner. It is necessary. Also, it instantly doesn't smell like dog anymore, which like is really nice. So yeah, no physical reading. I will start tomorrow with that. I did start 2 romances. I started the second biker romance, and then I also started one that sounded really interesting, which is about a mechanic who is technically straight. At least he thinks he's straight, called Dean. He has a son that is 20 or something, and his wife died 20 years ago. So I think the wife should have died around when his son was born. And he hired our other main character, whose name I forgot. I think Aiden. And Aiden comes to work one day with a black eye and looking pretty rough. And Dean doesn't let that slide because they have formed a friendship. And so Dean is like, what happened? And Aiden doesn't really want to tell. The only thing he does tell is that his roommate was the one who caused the damage. And so Dean is like, okay, you're gonna, I have a spare room, just move in with me for the time being. You can't go back there. And then they go back to get his clothes and things from his room, and it's all strewn about the street, and his roommates just threw it all out. And so he salvages what he can and moves in with Dean, and he has a crush on Dean ever since he started working there. So it's a little bit harder for him. And yeah, the secret that Dean doesn't know is that Aiden likes to wear feminine clothing, and that is also why he was thrown out by his roommates, because they turned out to be pretty homophobic. Like, they already had a problem with him being gay, it turns out, and then on top him wearing like a skirt. Yeah, they roughed him up. And it is actually why he has been living alone for a long time now, because it keeps happening. And so yeah, that's where I'm at the point of the romance. Obviously the romance is between our 2 main characters. But yeah, at this point, Aiden just moved in with the Dean. And he also knows the son, and also Aiden is 22. So there's a pretty large age gap because Dean is 40 something. But at least they met as adults, and yeah, I'm gonna ignore how old Dean is for my own sake. But yeah, so those are the 2 romances I'm now currently reading. With the biker romance, Oliver and Six are now a couple, and I don't really know what other thing will happen. Probably something with the domestic violence stuff. But yeah, they are just like settling in as a couple. Like for their first weekend, it's like officially as a couple. Yeah. Other than that, I did achieve most of the things I set out for this week. The only thing I didn't manage was my knitting. I have started the first sleeve, but I'm not super far because I still have some pain in my pinky and I cannot knit with that. Because I have wounds that keep opening up. It's not a nice thing. But yeah, I'm trying to get them to finally heal, and the knitting is not helping, so I haven't knit anything since I last talked to you about the knitting, which is sad, but I have to get the skin problems under control first. It's the heat and stress that caused them, so they're not likely to completely go away, but if I can at least have like no open wounds, that would be nice. Other other than that, I did, you know, my housework, everything I wanted to get. And then as the cross-stitch update, this one is looking like this now. I have done quite a good progress on this one. I'm doing like 300 stitches a day. So at least I'm making like some progress. I think I'm at 9% of the whole piece now. And then the one I'm currently still working on and will continue to keep working on today is the Stardew Valley map, which is at nearly 33% now. And that is looking like this, chaotic as ever, but it is fitting in slowly. I really want to get like more into this one because I think I'm starting to realize that the colors that I need a lot of, I have very little of, and so the faster I can get through them, the faster I can order the colors that I still need. So I have everything here. I would like to get that maybe like to around mid-month would be nice, but we are already really close to that, so I don't know. We'll see, but I will give my best to get progress into that one. And yeah, that is pretty much everything for the week. I had a great reading week, even though the thriller wasn't great, but the romance was great. And I think like realizing that maybe I'm just not into thrillers anymore, or at least the type of thriller that I used to love and buy, I think is a like good knowledge about myself, so I don't keep buying them. So at least it was helpful, even if the reading wasn't great from that book. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe leave down below what you did this week, like hobby-wise, reading-wise, whatever you want to share, please do. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye!